Hello, everybody. There's one baby there. And I have to search a bit. But the other baby's there in the tunnel. She might can't fit in one of those things. And Agita is there. Again. Unfortunately, not enough room for me under there. Okay. About an hour or two ago, I fired my analyst. It was coming, and I guess that's what yesterday's podcast was about. That was my impetus. Now, there was the usual. I mean, he started with, he took exception to my, saying that he was pushing the 12 steps at me. And then we started, I'm like, look, I don't want to argue about it. And I know he read them out. He read them out in a session, knowing how I feel about them. He actually fucking read out the 12 steps to me, or to the first two. And then later he brought it up. Now he goes, I wasn't really pushing at you, and I sent you an email. And I'm looking, let's not just discuss this. And I said, I'm done. I said, it's been a waste of time and money for the last few years. And he goes, I'm sorry, you feel that way, or whatever, the analyst talk. And he goes like, take care, and, you've been in a dangerous place. And, so anyway, it's done. Cut those ties, Now, and to me, it's semantics. Whether he actually pushed the 12 steps or he didn't push them, he mentioned them. He believes in them. I sense it. And he, it's another religion. Jungianism is, they got their reconciliation of opposites, and they get their archetypes, and they got their complexes, and everything's a complex. There's a God complex, which I'm supposed to have, and there's a mother complex, and there's a father complex, and there's a complex about the house where I grew up because I have a lot of dreams about it. So that's a Milton House complex. And that's just all this. I don't know. I've had it with religion. That was the closest to religion that I could tolerate. But it's basically a religion, and he was a good analyst, but it hasn't been working. It's just not. I'm not going that route. I don't know what route I'm going, and yes, might be a dangerous place, but I'm not going that route. And as I said, ever since that whole, even mentioning the 12 steps, knowing how I felt about it, even mentioning it, to me, that's pushing. Now, I know he's not going to see that way, and he's going to, whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's going to feel very odd doing podcasts and not sending them to him now. Anyway, so, as I said to a friend, I cutting ties. I've cut ties with my human relatives, and completely. And I mean, they cut ties with me, and I'm just, I cemented that. So, and now my analyst. But that analyst, it was just not going anywhere for quite some time. Just not. It was not of any use for some time. So now it's just basically me, and like, what next? And as I said to a friend, it's supposed to feel lighter. as I'm cutting ties. I'm pretty much just myself and my kids now. Occasional contact with my friends. So it's like supposed to feel lighter, but it's feeling a bit heavier. But then again, that's another one of the pairs of opposites, reconciliation of opposites, whatever. So enough with the frameworks. From now on, the nutty professor, the crazy professor. There's no more frameworks. Let's see how it goes without frameworks, because the frameworks haven't helped me. None of them. So now let's just do this. It's going to be very solitary. It's going to be tough. I'm not saying it's not tough. But at least now I'm not feeling like another binge. I'm Because I don't know. It's still early. This is going to be long. This is going to be hard. But I'll keep you posted. So this is what crazy feels like. Quote crazy, unquote. The crazy professor, unquote, unquote. So I don't know. Let's just go day by day. Just day by day, minute by minute. I'm not going for now. I'm not going to go into the underworld just because I don't really feel like I need it now. Something has shifted, and I don't know. My friend seems to think the shift is not for the positive, whatever positive and negative mean. I'm still here. Still got my kids, and still got my friends, and that's it, and I'm going to go out and have something to eat and come back, and I'm going to try to write. I haven't made a journal entry in well over a week now. So bye-bye, analyst. Yeah, he's not going to watch this now. I'm not going to send it to him. That chapter is done. It was actually done some time ago, So, what next? No fucking idea. Anyway, bye for now. I didn't actually say the words. I didn't actually tell him to fuck off, but it was meant. It was very much meant. So, So anyway, who else can I tell to fuck off now? Oh, bye for now. There's Agita. And there are the babies. And I just got dressed. I gotta go out, mail something, and then I gotta eat. I haven't eaten since last night. That's kind of seem to be eating a meal a day, which is better than no meals a day. But I don't know what to do. I know what to do. I just keep going, little steps, and just looking after the kids, starting to look after myself, and I need to come up with another metaphor or framework or whatever. All the other ones are gone. I mean, the Jungian one, it worked for a while, and it just it's not working for me now. And I had my metaphors with the dusty dumpster road and weasels and the dragon, the possession metaphors. And I had my return to ordinary world, the heroic journey, all of that stuff. Doesn't feel very heroic right now. Is this the dark cave? This the brush with death? But whatever. I mean, I'm not going to try to enough of the analysis, enough of the frameworks, enough of the the thinking. Now I'm just going to go with as it comes. I mean, there might be another framework. We'll see. We'll see what comes up for me. But for now, it's very small steps, and return to the ordinary world. That's not working because I don't really want to return to the ordinary world. I mean, my world is anything but ordinary at this time. I live like a hermit. I don't see any humans for days on end, except for when I go out to eat. I have my cats, and I have my one, link is my friends' emails and texts occasionally, And my one friend is very, very worried about me, She's like, which is maybe a motivation. That's more of a motivation than anything else. I mean, my out-of-province friend, the cat rescuer, is worrying about me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and has been for a few months. So I'm sort of like, I'm like one of her ephemeral cats that's gone out in the binge. It's coming home. But I'm okay. I'm going to do this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I might as well record my breakdown or whatever it is that's happening, and just work through it step by step. So little things, food, feeding the kids, taking my diabetes meds, not going on any binges. Right now, I'm not feeling that. That last thing was just so awful, It's so awful that, it was It was a different level of awful. I've actually been in worse circumstances. I've been in more dangerous circumstances. I've been beaten up. I've been all of that stuff. I've been taken advantage of because I've become very, very vulnerable. But in this last one, in some ways, it was actually worse than all of that. And I still don't want to talk about all of this too explicitly because, again, there are privacy issues, legal issues, and I do want to write. And that's the other thing. I haven't written a word in over a week, not even journal entries, and that's for me. That's just being very ungrounded. So let's do small steps here. Going to go out, eat comfort food. I don't know, Tibetan, Chinese, something like that. And there's one Tibetan that I used to go to a later. Basically told them to fuck off too. So I'm kind of running out of people to tell to fuck off. So now but there's another Tibetan nurse. I can find something to eat. So I go out to eat and come back, and I'm nowhere near washing cars now. That's the lowest. That's like my contractor was waiting. My contractor friend was waiting at the house because waiting for the dryer person to come check it. I forgot to tell him that was cancelled because I kind of apologized, and I thought, look, this dryer is sort of very low priority right now. There are other priorities, So I don't want to. We're not doing the return to the ordinary world, but we are trying to stay alive. So that's that's sort of ordinary world. So just food is kind of, I think, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the lowest two. Oh, fuck the psychology, even, all this shit that's in, why am I even thinking this shit, no, enough with the theories, enough with the levels, enough with the people, enough with the psychologists, enough with all of them, let's just do this step by step, see what comes. Enough. Bye for now. Everybody, I'm here at Shepherd's Gunworks, and I used to come and write out the check and put the envelope and tape the envelope and send it to, take a picture of it and send it to my analyst, and those were little rituals. Before, when it was actual in-person sessions, that was the last thing in the session, is you write out the check and you hand it over. But I'm not doing that this time. We're done, so no more checks to the analyst, but I have to send an envelope anyway, so I'm here, I'm standing in line. Sort of, I don't know. I'm feeling very lightheaded, but that's, I think they're not eating the residue of the stuff from, they're not sleeping properly, all the emotional stuff, and they're cutting the ties with the analyst. It's 28 years. 28 years, so all of that. So it's a little lightheaded. Oh, I'm up. Okay, I'm just walking along Queen Street here in Parkdale. I parked on the South Street. Same thing I do. I know it's a symptom of schizophrenia, delusions of reference, I think it is. The whole numerology thing. And it started when I had my sort of, whatever it was, spiritual awakening thingy, when I started seeing Jungian. I went from nothing matters to everything matters, and the symbols, and and I was, in a kind of a connected state back then, So I started, occasionally I would see numbers, and I think the apartment I lived in at the time, it added to 11. It was, I think, 920, so 9 and 2, 11. And my analyst at the time, the first one, the super spiritual Jungian, she was going, oh, your apartment adds to 11? That's 9 and 2, and then she had me add up my license plate number, added to 11. And then other things, and I think my own number, my name number, and whatever. There was a 7, and there was an 11, and it all seemed to make sense at the time. So occasionally, when I'm kind of in this kind of state, I'm walking along, and I notice a license plate, quickly add it, so I know it's delusions of reference, all that stuff, but it's okay, I don't take it seriously, it's just like any symbolism, like anything else. And I was driving along before, car in front of me, I happened to add, and it was 9. And then this car and walking past, and it just happened, or it was an easy one to add because it was an 8 and a 1. 9! So I don't remember now the significance of 9. I looked into this stuff a while back, but at this point, so you're looking for signs, you're in the state, and yes, this is madness. This way lies madness, but I need to kind of pull back from it, not take it too seriously. If there's something a little bit more, tangible than the license plates, then maybe okay. So we'll see what happens as we proceed. Now, to back up, either there or should I try another place? That place I told people to fuck off. This one I don't think I have told anyone to fuck off. But the food is, let's try that one out down there. Okay, keep you posted. Try not to add license plate numbers. There's too many there anyway. That would be too much effort. In this state, I'm not gonna add a lot of numbers. Anyway, bye for now. Okay, let's see what this one is. 774. So that's 14. 14 and 4. 14 and 4 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Fuck me. I thought this is a coincidence, there's not a prior correlation, all that shit. So I'm gonna go, while I'm eating, I'm gonna look up the significance of 9. Bye for now! You go to closed, and then the other one you told them to fuck off. So I'm here, Himalayan Kitchen. I'm here a long time ago. They've got a slightly different menu, and they don't have the shrimp dishes that I usually like. They don't have soups here. They have a lot of momos, and I'm not a huge fan of the momos. They're like dumplings. So I'm getting the Manchurian fish. So Manchurian fish, and comes with rice. There's hot sauce here. Now. I was a little tempted to look at the address and add up the numbers, but that's the rabbit hole I'd rather not go down. If I'm going to lose it, I might as well document it. This one. Might as well make my madness educational. But so anyway, I know I'm going to be worrying my friend again, and that's actually as well. I was walking here, I was like going. That's really, I don't know what I would. My friend in the other province is one of the best humans I've ever known. I mean, a bit of a saint, and, she rescues cats, 19 cats. Now, she also rescues humans and dogs, and, well, I'll allow that. I mean, if you can rescue 19 cats, you can rescue humans, you can feed the hungry humans, you can do whatever, You are allowed to do anything. And she really cares. She really worries. And, I believe her when she says that she's been worrying about me 24/7 for the last few months. So, one of my goals here is to try to reduce her worry to, rather than 24/7, maybe 26. So 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. And if I can reduce her worry that much, then I'll feel a little better. Actually, adding up the numbers and shit is probably increasing your worry. So, but it's okay. Don't worry. I'm getting a grip here. I will get a grip. So I'm coming back. I'm eating in a restaurant. Food is good. Feeling very lightheaded because of the lack of food and the emotions and the firing the analyst and the whole analyst thing. I don't know. I mean, a long time. And when the first few years, I took it very seriously, and I was like, used to write out all the dreams and look at them over and make notes about the week, and then talk, and then correlate the dreams with the events, and there will be the pauses and all of that stuff, and and I was like, there was the transference and the counter transference, and and that whole 12-step thing. I don't know if he even actually pushed it out, but I know that he believes in it. The fact even that he has the book in his office means it's not a person that I went to really take any advice from. That's just not right, and cutting the ties with the frameworks. But see, the problem with cutting ties with frameworks is if you don't have a framework, you're sucked into the, to be adding numbers and seeing symbols everywhere, which is kind of, which is like being, you kind of fly. I think what Hermann Hesse has said, the difference between the madman and the artist is that the artist has a mechanism by which they can fly, but they can control the direction. And I think it's sort of breathing. You can control your direction of flying, whereas the madman, he didn't use political correct terms back then, but the madman, he said, is rudderless. It's just flying. So, it's a little tempting to just fly, but I can't fly because I got kids, I have friends who worry about me 24/7. I gotta publish my writing someday, I can't go into the madness and not come back, I used to actually talk about this a little bit in my psychology art and creativity course with the whole, schizophrenia, creativity, and, word salads, neologisms, the archetypes and all of that stuff. And that's the thing, is that when you don't have the framework, and you don't have the control, you're at the mercy of the archetypes, which is kind of where I am now, but it's kind of where I wanted to be, for this next stage, whatever it's going to be, if I survive this. So, let's eat. Bye for now. The food is actually quite good. These, in these Hakka and Tibetan places, everything's either Manchurian or chili. So this is Manchurian fish. It's breaded, and it's in gravy. And I asked for spicy, and it is kind of spicy, but I'm adding the hot sauce, which is, Now, I guess this is kind of grounding for me. They're talking about food, eating food, showing food, and also the spice level. Even though I'm probably going to pay a price for that because I haven't eaten much in the last few days, and my stomach is probably not going to be used to it, as much as I like it. But but it is a signpost back to somewhere. Grounding. Now, while I'm eating, I was just having thoughts. But remember how my podcast started off? Podcast from the edge. Nutty Professor podcast from the edge. Well, I think we're kind of over the edge. We're a little over the edge, So kind of, So hopefully there's a thread. Hopefully there's a lifeline. Now, kind of back onto the edge. You can't really sustain over the edge for too long. So, and I've also been thinking about. Doris Lessing. There was a book I used to like a long time ago, Briefing for a Descent into Hell. It's kind of science fiction, but but hell was actually being human. This planetary emissary or whatever is kind of born into the human thing, and then he has to remember his mission, which we kind of forget because and he ended up doing drugs and drinking and sex and various things, the human pursuits, So I used to like her writing until she kind of went religious, and of all things, Islamic-ish, Sufi. She became a sort of a disciple of Idris Shah. So everybody's like takes their traditional thingies. That's not for the Nutty Professor. I keep saying that. Not even Jungian. It's the closest I've ever come to a religion, and it did actually. It was a guide for 7 years, but it's not. At this point, I'm going to listen to the inner voices, which could actually do a lot of trouble. No, don't worry. I'm not hallucinating or anything. Not yet. So everything's good. I'm working. I'm here. I'm still here. I've got lifelines. I got my kids. The most important of all, I got the podcast for now. I haven't been able to write in over a week, so that's going to be a goal tonight, just to write even a page. When I get back, if I can write even a page it will be a step in the right direction, But, I got the podcast, I get my friends, and this is a serious goal for me, that I want to reduce my friend's worry, because she doesn't deserve to worry. She worries enough anyway. She's got too much to worry about. She's, she shouldn't be worrying 24/7. About her nutty professor friend, crazy professor friend. We'll try to reduce that to, 20 hours, 6 days a week. So even though I don't have my own ego is right now a little fragile. It's fluctuating a bit. But I'll use my friend as a guidepost, to bring me back, So anyway, or at least reducing her worries is something that I'm going to work out. So far, I think I'm probably just worrying her more. But I think she's going to like the fact that I'm eating. That's a good sign. It's a good sign, right? Bye for now. It's actually really good, but I can't finish it. I'm not used to eating, especially spicy food. Last 4 days it was very tasty. So now I'm going to maybe go have an ice cream. Just a little bit of a routine, and then I head back to the kids. And I'm going to tape a bit more, and then edit and post, Yes, I have been thinking about my poor friend who's looks very worried and is probably going to get a bit more worried if she sees it. But it's okay, Irony is I don't even like flying. I don't fly, So this metaphorical flying, it's kind of letting go here, stepping over the edge. Not my thing, but it's okay. I can, fly a little and, see if I can come back, And, I did have my rodent weasel, my dusty dumpster rodent weasel name, Saul, So now, now that I'm a semi-feral cat, I'm identifying, I have for quite some time as a semi-feral cat, but, don't take it literally, it's all symbolic. I don't really think I'm a cat. I'm not going to use the litter box, So, but, metaphorically, my spirit guide right now is a semi-feral cat. So, my semi-feral cat should have a name. Well, so I don't know, it's like I told you about Flame, which wasn't the real name of my friend's cat. And Flame has done very well. He's been domesticated. He's come back. He hasn't gone on excursions, So, but I'm like, See, what's my cat name? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. Anyway, but I'm gonna ask my friend. Maybe my other friend who's very good at naming cats. And names cats for the cat shelter. So I'm gonna have to ask my other friend. What does she think my cat name is? I don't know. That other friend, she names her cars and her vehicles and her bicycles and all of that stuff, and names a lot of cats. So maybe she'll come up with a good semi-feral cat name for the crazy, temporarily crazy professor. I can't live in crazy too long because it's very exhausting. So I'm gonna have to, come back to nutty at some point. But we'll just do the crazy for now as it's coming. Just there are borders, there are boundaries, and I'm not gonna go. It's okay. Don't worry. Crazy prof will be okay. It's kind of a maniacal laugh. Neither crazy, Bye for now. The only I finished, I got my paid, I got my takeout for a little bit for later. But the only problem with asking my local cat rescuer friend to come up with the feral cat name for the temporary semi-feral cat persona of the incarnation of the nutty professor is that it could very well end up being a country western name. So maybe that's not a great idea. Anyway, bye for now. I may be crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Bye for now. Oh, the card in front of me is 3 sevens. Anyway, don't take this too seriously. It's okay. I'm not a danger to myself or anyone else. I am still aware of reality, and I'm kind of having a little fun with the symbolism and stuff like that, but I'm not taking it literally. Remember when I used to teach the definition of abnormal? DSM, one of the definitions was impaired functioning. And, my functioning is not really impaired. I don't have to go to work or anything, and I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm just, a little bit, whatever. I'm just a little bit, in a different space. It's kind of a natural high, but it's okay. I can navigate, and I will come back, so I will come back. So, but for now, I might as well enjoy it. This is not costing me anything. I'm not paying for this. It's kind of free. So now I came here to Morton's.
Hi.
Hello, can I have a medium French vanilla and a chocolate chip muffin, please?
Medium French vanilla and chocolate chip muffin.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, it's a little cold for ice cream. So I'm just gonna get my muffin and coffee, and then I can take it up with me. So here we are. The Nutty Professors. And I don't want my friend to worry because it's okay. I mean, she's gonna worry. I know my friend. She's gonna worry. She's gonna worry. But it's okay. I mean, this is it's natural, and I'm semi in control here. I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'm not gonna hurt anyone else. I got my cats, and I got and I'm gonna write. That's the other way. I've got to write this stuff out, and I can do these podcasts. It's kind of interesting. Last time I was in the space some time ago, I was never, I never did anything that I got, diagnosed or committed or anything. It's very mild, and then I come back, So, but this time I might as well just record it because I can, and might as well, watch the Nutty Professor go crazy and see if he can come back, which I'm pretty sure I can. So, I just came in and there's agita, and there's one of the babies sitting very nicely, I think they're a little worried still about their dad, and there's the other baby. The baby's there, yes. Playing around with daddy's shoes. I'm not even going to count the ears. I don't need to count the ears anymore. Everything's fine, I left everybody listening. I went out. I'm okay. I chit-chatted with the bougies in the elevator on the way back, and I didn't. It's okay. I'm fine. I mean, look. Now, just a couple of things. I got to clarify this so that the men in the white coats don't show up the door. I'm not really, having an episode. And if it was anything, it would probably not be schizophrenia. It would probably be, manic episode? Hypomania? That's the ups without the downs, and, so it could be and triggered by substance use and stress, But this is also a state that I was often in, when after I'd finished a day of teaching, and it'd be like in my Nutty Professor persona, I'd be lecturing and jumping about, and I'd go down to the car afterwards. I'd be like this high as a kite. I'd be like this kind of, and when I got home, I'd be just like, I'd be like flying, but naturally, not on any substance. And I've never been diagnosed, bipolar. I don't really have the downs. I had a bit of depression. Remember when I was, battling the cravings, and the what I call the mild depression or whatever was kind of a relief from the cravings. But I don't really have the downs. So and these states. And this is sort of my normal. This is usually my normal state. I'm kind of a little hyper, not really delusional as such, it pulls a bit. I mean, the things like with the numbers, and because, everything can be symbolic if you want to see it as symbolic, or nothing can be symbolic, it's like, it's everything and nothing at the same time. It's, it's here and there. It's the sort of towards the top chakra, if you're into the chakras, the crown chakra. But, that's what when I taught the personal wealth course, we used to talk about how you can't really function in the top chakra because, in society that's called psychosis, but this is not, I'm not psychotic. I'm still aware of reality. I'm not a danger to anyone else or myself. I've got my kids, I got my podcasts, I got my friends. Yeah, I don't have an analyst anymore, but that's okay. So, and I try to, sometimes my analyst would ask, when you have these kind of, I call them semi-spiritual states and, of, sort of awareness. And he was like, what does that look like? And I'm going, it looks like this, but I never didn't tape at that time, This is kind of what it looks like. This is more of my normal, state. However, the last few years looking after my parents and then all of that stuff, and then they went, and the substance stuff, So that kind of put everything into a different dimension, And then doing the podcasting really rather than the writing. If I write, I'm more often in this state, because writing is my connection. So I just want to make a couple of things clear here. I'm not delusional. I'm not, I'm not a danger. I'm okay. Remember the DSM, I think it's, if your behavior impairs functioning, or if it causes distress to yourself or others. Not really causing distress to me now. I'm kind of happy, So it's might be causing a little distress to my friends, and it's not really impairing my functioning because I can still go out and eat, and I can come back, and I can feed the kids, and I don't have to work for a living. So that, which is kind of what's thrown things for a loop for the past 2 years anyway. Because so while I'm having this, I might as well make use of it. Do some writing. Do my podcast, and since I'm doing the podcast now, who better to show, sort of over the edge stuff than the Nutty Professor, the semi-crazy Nutty Professor. So this is what life is like. Not completely over the edge. I mean, I got my semi-breathing mechanism that as I talked about, I can sort of navigate. In a way, this is navigation. This is, the podcasts are a mechanism. Writing will be a much better mechanism if I can do it. So that's the goal for tonight. First, I'm going to have a shower, get changed. Then I'm going to edit and post, because right now the editing and posting and the podcasting is easier for me than writing. That's another connection that I have to get back. So that's going to be my goal for tonight. Even 1 page or 2 pages, just to get back into it. If I lose that, then I lose some of my rudder. So my friends, and particularly the Winnetou province who worries, don't worry. If you want to call it a semi-manic episode triggered by stress and substance use, you can, but it's not really diagnosable at this point. It's not impairing my functioning. I'm not a danger to myself or others. I'm in a better place than I was a few days ago. And while I'm in this state, there's no real danger of binging, because already free. I don't have to pay for this one. The dopamine and the serotonin and the whatever. It's there. It just has to be kind of navigated. Okay, enough. Bye for now from the semi-crazy, nutty, not completely out of it, I'm losing it a bit, but it's not necessarily bad. Long time ago, when I first did drugs with an artist guy, when I started doing drugs, very long time ago, we did acid, and he kind of pointed out to me that I was like going like this on the trip, and he was like going, what you're doing? You're gripping, you're hanging on to reality. You should let go, and then you could fly, don't worry, I'm not going to literally fly or anything. It's just metaphor! Nutty professor likes, nutty semi-crazy professor likes his metaphors. So, from the 4 of us, shower, and I think this one is Finn. Now look how comfortable he is. Look how relaxed he is, I think he knows. His dad's okay, his dad's back, Early liber, but dad's back, and there's the other baby, and there's agita, So from the 4 of us, and I just want to say one more thing. I've said it before, but it bears, I think, repeating. It's okay. I'm a little over the edge, but it's not a bad over the edge, It's not impaired functioning. It's not danger to myself or others over the edge, It's just kind of a free high for now. May crash, but I'll enjoy it while it's there. And the other thing he wanted to say, and I think I said this before, was this is going to feel very odd. Editing and taping, not sending it to my analyst. So I think I've sent him every podcast that I've done until now, or close to 200. So they're not And that was a tie that just got, kind of had to be cut because, I'm not in the space where he can really help me. And he's a good analyst, so I feel kind of bad about all of that. But the fact that he even believes the 12 steps can work, not my kind of, thing. And he's trying, never mind, I feel a little bad about that, but it's okay. I really need to do this now on my own. No analyst, no rehab. Try to keep the men from the white coats away from the door. I can always go, I'm just, the podcasts are just, nutty professor playing roles, which sort of is, personas, different persona now. It's the slightly more crazy than nutty, but still not of harm to oneself or others. Yeah? From the four of us and the semi-crazy, semi-feral cat, Professor. Bye for now!